Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to the Planes, Trains, and Comic Books channel. My name's Matt, and today we're going to review The Sword of Hyperborea #1. But before we get into that, if you guys wouldn't mind sharing, subscribing, commenting, it really helps me out and lets me know what you guys want to see more of. So, with that being said, let's get straight into it. All right, we got the cover here, and as it says on the top, this is from the world of Hellboy. This is a Dark Horse comic, and it is written by Mike Mignola and Rob Williams, and I believe the art is by Lawrence Campbell and Quentin Winter. We get a little breakdown here at the very beginning that lets us know that this sword here from Hyperborea is something that's been in a lot of other series. It's been in Sir Edward Grey's book, I believe it's called Witch Hunter, and then it's also been in BPRD. And then they let us know the history of it, what's been happening. At the end, it says, trace the sword's path through the adventures and encounters that finally brought it to Ragnarok at the end of the world and witness the influence at key points in history. And we start off with this guy here. He is talking to someone, and we see the person he's talking to is Liz Sherman from the BPRD. I guess they're kind of arguing about what to do. There's some big fight coming up, and she's like, I'm a superhero, but you're just a dude with a sword. And we see what they were talking about is this giant Cthulhu-like monster is attacking Lake Taluda in upstate New York. And as they're fighting, sword guy, who's apparently named Howard, jumps at the monster, starts swinging his sword and chopping off limbs as these people are trying to get across a bridge area. And apparently he dies. But interestingly, he wakes up again, and it's the past. He wakes up in caveman times as his people are about to burn him on a pyre. He stands up, and his people are in awe. His name is apparently Gul Denar. He jumps down and is like, hey, why'd you guys try to burn me? And they're like, you were dead for like weeks, so we figured we were going to give you like a chieftain send-off. And his other villagers rejoice. They have a big party. It's pretty awesome. One of the people in the village was mad that he was not dead, so they had a big fight. He beat that guy pretty handedly and banished him from the village. And as the defeated man is being banished and walking away, we find out as Gul talks to one of his other members of the tribe, the guy says, in your dreams you see the future, and Gul says there is no future because he knows at the end, which was that fight we saw at the beginning with the Cthulhu-like monster, he thinks everything dies. So he kind of ponders what to do, and he decides he's got to go on like a journey, and he's got to find where this sword came from. And while he's on his journey, he takes some sort of medicine that makes him hallucinate, and this giant wolf comes out of nowhere and starts talking to him. And it leads him to this stone ruin where supposedly that sword is from. Gul thinks that when he gets here, there will be heroes that will be awakened that can help him fight and save the world from Ragnarok. And he does see someone there when he gets there, and he starts talking to that person, thinking that it's one of those heroes. But it turns out it's actually some bad guy that's been waiting for him. And that's where I'm going to end this comic. I don't want to spoil anything else. It's been a while since I've read anything in the Hellboy world, so this was pretty interesting. I don't remember the Sword of Hyperborea in the books that I read about Hellboy or the BPRD. So now I'm kind of interested to go back and read about it because it seems pretty cool. And this comic was pretty fun. I liked the writing. It did feel like it was part of the Hellboy world. It said Mike Mignola co-wrote it with Rob Williams, so that makes sense. The art was pretty solid. Sometimes it would look super cool, like on the first page when you see Gul standing there, like all badass with his sword and his BPRD vest on. And then other times it's not nearly as detailed. Certain pages were hit and miss for me a little bit, but overall it was fine. I mean, there was nothing that was like terrible or anything. So I'm going to give this one a 3.5 out of 5. It was a solid start to a series, but the main reason why I'm giving it a 3.5 is because it actually made me want to go read the past comics at the beginning that it mentioned with Sir Edward Grey and the BPRD that revolve around the Sword of Hyperborea. So I'm definitely going to go check those out. And if you saw something you liked, definitely go pick it up at your local comic store, and we will see you guys on the next one.